Hi everyone, it's Peggy with Stamp with Peggy. Today we're going to make a Christmas card. Yes, it's only August 5th, but we're going to start on Christmas cards. The holiday catalog went into effect yesterday, or they call it the August through January holiday catalog. They don't call it holiday catalog. All right, it is the August through December a mini catalog, but it's full of Christmas, fall, Halloween, Thanksgiving, just covers the whole gamut of things. So this time we are going to use one of the new stamp sets called Triangle and the stitched triangles die out of the annual catalog. And then we're using some beautiful new designer paper. So let's get started. Okay, here's the Triangle stamp set. Like I said, this is new in the holiday catalog. There are images, tree images, or you can put it together like to make quilt type images. We're using just the word today. Christmas is best when we're together. And then it coordinates with the stitched triangles die out of the annual catalog. There is a coordinating stamp set in the catalog to go with this that comes in a bundle, but then I love when they create a second stamp set to be able to go with it. I was able to kind of avoid, that's not really the right word, but avoid the other stamp set. But when I saw this one with Christmas trees for Christmas, I knew that I just had to have this one. And then we're using a new designer paper called Heartwarming Hugs, which is definitely Christmas to me. To me, Christmas is reds and greens. It's not the blues and pinks and some of the others. That works fine also, but for me, this is the perfect coloring. Okay, so here's the 6 sheets. And then when we flip them over, we have 6 more really pretty. I mean, this paper, I know I'm going to go through a bunch of this. I will be using this I believe, for my bingo class when I use the Gnomes for the Holiday stamp set to create cards also. So you're going to see a lot of this designer paper. Okay, let me set that off to the side and move those out of the way. And here's our stamp set, or our card. Okay, I used the Dainty Diamonds 3D embossing folder for the background. We have Real Red, Old Olive, and then a piece of the designer paper. And then I used 3 different prints, and I used the 3rd size up triangle for the 2 smaller ones, and the 4th size up for the larger triangle for the Christmas tree. Then I used a piece of early espresso that I just cut 3/8 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch for a trunk. These 2 I tucked underneath the little label there so that you don't need a trunk underneath that one. Okay, so here's our pieces. Again, we're going to start with our card base. Make sure you use a bone folder so that you get it nice and crisp. And then we're going to use our new Stamp and Seal adhesive. I just learned some new tricks on this as you're using it. Sometimes it likes to kind of get stuck and peel some of the adhesive off from it. So what I learned today is if as you're rolling it, when you get to the end, instead of pulling up or check marking, let's see if I can do this. Tip it kind of backwards and just lift it up. Okay, whoops. And of course, because I moved a little bit. Okay, and so just tip it and it just peels right off. So far, since I started doing that, it's working really, really well. Okay, we're going to stick that on there. We are going to cover up a little bit on the bottom of it. So we're going to use our Whisper White and Real Red ink. And we're stamping the words, Christmas is best when we're together. We're going to stamp it towards the bottom so that we have room for our tree trunk. Okay, let's close this up. All right, then we're going to stick this down. Come on. Now it's going to be tricky with me. I got stickies all over me. All right, there we go. I'm kind of going to leave the top of it so that I can tuck those trees in. So you're just going to line it up at the bottom and side to side so that that paper doesn't peek out underneath like that. Okay, then we're going to attach it onto our card base with dimensionals, of course. And then we're just going to center this. And the Dainty Diamonds works quite well because you can kind of line up with the lines on that die or on that embossing folder. Okay, I put a little piece of adhesive on the back of the large tree. Whoops. And then I took my early espresso and just centered it about like that. And then we're putting our trees, the two small ones, we're putting down flat. So let's just put adhesive on those. And then we can lift this a little bit and tuck it underneath. I left it so that it hangs over just a little bit on that side. And then same thing, just a little bit over here on this side. And then of course, dimensionals on the back of our tree. I'm going to take a mini dimensional at the top. And then one on each end there. And one in the middle so it doesn't fall in. Peel our backings off. I've been doing so much stamping, I have these little things everywhere. Okay. And then we're just going to line it up onto here. I tried to do it so that the bottom of the tree is kind of just over the edge. All right. And then that one's all done. So quick and easy, a nice fast Christmas card. It doesn't take long to cut those out. The designer paper does all of the hard work. You can use any stamp at the bottom, but this tree angle one has some really good sayings. Happy wishes to you and yours. Greetings. And you could put Merry Greetings. We've got some fun little ornaments, joy and cheer underneath it. So it's a really good set to have on hand. Okay. All right. Everybody have fun. Happy stamping.